Hello. Okay, so today I'm going to be playing one of the new updated versions of Warsim. I've been working on it for quite a while now, but I'm thinking of probably moving on to some other projects soon. So it's been on and off. I was away in Thailand for a while, so I don't have much time to work on it. But here it is. So Warsim beta version 0.6.1. Okay, there's quite a lot of features in it. Saving and loading is a thing now, which I guess is a pretty decent feature. But yeah, we're gonna start playing that now. So I'm gonna make a new game, and let me just make sure the window's clicked. Cool. Okay, new game. So we're gonna play hard mode, and actually I'll move my head so that it's not in the way of important stuff. Maybe I'll shrink it a little. Shrink my head a bit. Oh, there we go. Actually, it'd be really cool if I had like layers of my head. Just oh shit. There we go. My head could stay there. Okay, so we're gonna play hard mode. So the ruler of the King Loslan and fighting against the vicious rebellion of Farinal the Kinslayer and the horde of Fainal the Overlord of all bandits. Several minor bandit gangs who pest my lands. So I have 3 lands, 378 men, 750 gold. A decent amount of men, I guess. Probably enough to attack the bandits and win, but I don't know if I could win in a invasion. I'll try. I'll try 299, 74, 3. And we won, thank God. I just what I was doing was saving a remaining troop of 2 different kinds, just in case, because if you end up with 0 men, game over. So contingency plan. Okay, so we receive 135 gold in rent from our 4 lands. We enlist 9 soldiers from our 4 lands. We train 15 peasants into soldiers. Our peasants earn us 130 gold. Bandits make away with everything. Our diplomat, Old Kroll, remains at our side for now, but he hasn't been paid, so he's pissed off at us. And we can't afford to pay our soldiers' wages, so 7 of them have deserted us. And then, some spy reports about the recruitment patterns of our enemies. Okay, so I have 294 men, 4 lands, and 0 gold. Now, what I need to do is set my kingdom up the way I need it for this play style. So, first things first, I'm going to explore the realm. I'm going to go to the north, and hope. Nope, okay, I failed. So, the exploration screen is being completely revamped. It's now been split into 4 areas. The 5th one actually should be hidden, but I'm leaving it out for now because I'm going to be working on it and testing it a lot. So you've got the northern lands, which are cold, icy northern lands. The eastern grasslands, which are sort of like a semi-deserty eastern area. The southern lands, which are going to be dry, crusty desert lands and dry lands, and the western lands, which are going to be full of grass and hills and mountains and things like that. So the northern lands are cold and harsh. Actually, screw it. For the sake of the demo, it will take a long time to find every single one of those areas. So what I'll do is I'll cheat and oh shit, we're safe. Accidental save file. Woo. Okay, so we've got extras and let's go to cheats menu and we're onto the cheat code. Oh, you shouldn't see that. But yeah, 1995 unlocks all locations. So if we go back to the explore screen, which is number 11. Let's go to the northern lands. So the exploration screen is split into 4 areas. Every single turn, which means every in-game year, you get 1 exploration chance per turn. However, if you buy or upgrade your kingdom with the exploration guild, the first level of exploration guild gains you 3 explore chances per turn, and the second gives you, I think, 6 in total, plus 5, pretty much. So explore chances give you a 50% chance of unlocking the next available location in that particular area. So the north is split into 3 areas. There are 30 locations in the north altogether, but 3 separate regions of the north. There's the near north, the wild north, and the far north. The near north is the most civilized of the areas. However, it's pretty wild. The wild north is much more wild, but still full of life, factions, things like that. And the far north is very, very desolate and should be avoided, I guess. So in the near north we have a fort of slavers, who we can hire slaves from, slave soldiers, we can attack them. And then we also have a Fort Northwatch, which is a bandit-filled fortress complex ruled by a man called Palan the Traitor. Then we have the Brawl Pit, which one of my favourite locations. You can bet on and watch fights. So we don't have enough gold. Okay, let's go get enough gold to watch a fight. So I'm going to sell some troops. Let's sell a soldier. Let's sell 2 soldiers. There you go, 50 gold. Can watch many a fight. So yep. So the brawl pit, the way it works, you have random troop types basically, and they put them against each other. So the rough veteran is hands down gonna win there, and the rough veteran still fighting again kicks ass. And now we've got dirty bandit against the dirty fighter. The bandit will probably win, and the fists represent who's punching who, and it can be pretty entertaining. The hands down best thing. Also, oddly, it didn't take any money off me for that, so I don't know why. I will investigate. But regardless, the fun thing about it is you can actually own these areas. So what we'll do is we'll cheat again, naughty, and we will get. I'm gonna give my wrong one. I'm gonna give myself 7 million gold through a cheat code, and let's go back to exploring. And I'm gonna show you how it's done. So we'll buy the fortress. So now we can take or sell the slaves, and we can also hire slavers to do more recruiting for us each turn. So I can also destroy and disband the slaver fort, which means everyone goes free. But we're not going to do that because we're not so nice. So I'm going to take all these slaves, and I'm going to sell all the slave soldiers. 125 of them sold. Okay, so let's go to Fort Northwatch next, and actually screw that, Brawl Pit, and I'll show you how all that's about. So now I own the Brawl Pit. So we have 10 fights we're allowed to do each season, each in-game year. I can view the pit roster, which I believe shows me how many troops we've got. So we've got 5 pit warriors, which are the strongest, 11 pit brutes, and 23 pit brawlers, who are the weakest. We can hire new ones, or we can upgrade the pit. So the way upgrading works, actually, a nice little mini feature here is the upgrading graphic. Because you can upgrade any number of things. So you can upgrade the pit size, I think 2 or 3 times. You can upgrade the decor 2 or 3 times, and you can upgrade both 1 time or 1 twice and 1 once. So there's so many combinations, but each of those combinations has a special graphic. So we upgrade the pit size, it will expand, and then we can upgrade the decor and it adds special stuff. We can upgrade the decor again, and then the pit size again, and everything fluidly works together to make a procedurally working graphic. So now the pit will gain more fans, and next season we'll be able to do more fights. But for now, let's arrange a fight. So we'll have a brawler against a brute, and wow, the brute was actually getting his ass kicked for a while there, which is rare. And in the end, yeah. So the longer a fight goes on, the better it is for you, because it increases the excitement level, and that increases the money you get, like the more crowd. So this fight was a pretty good one. We earned 290 gold from the fight. However, we lost 68 gold to winning bets. We have to pay the one-eyed brawler 10 gold, and the winner, the grizzled brute, his fee of 30 gold. Total earnings from the fight then are 182 gold. So all in all, a pretty damn good haul. Now we can put 2 brawlers against each other, and Rough Brawler has taken this one definitely. So same again. Obviously the winning fee this time is only 5 gold because it's a brawler. Brawlers don't get paid as much, but the fight didn't make as much money because it wasn't as exciting. We put 3 pit warriors against each other. So you've got Grizzled and Spike Knuckle, and these are big fights. See, the thing is they have more health, but they also do a lot more damage, so the fight's going to be short. So yeah, the fees are, we earned more money, but we actually overall earned less because the pay had to be more, and unfortunately a lot more winning bets went down here. So that's the pit. Pit's quite fun. And we got Shallow Rock Mine, which is owned currently by the Greenskin Mining Company, who are goblins. So you come upon Shallow Rock Mine, which is currently held by a group of goblins. They claim to be the Greenskin Mining Company and kindly request you leave. So they have 600 men. Now I'm going to attack them with my 199 peasants, 90 soldiers, 3 knights. And we got killed completely. And that's no good. Okay, I need to get myself some men. Okay, we're going to go to the black market. The black market is my hands down favourite place in the far north. The reason I'm going to the black market is so I can hire troops. I'm going to hire 110 of them. Every bandit they have is now ours. So before we get back to the black market, I'm going to check everything else. So let's go to Shallow Rock Mine again. There are... Oh, we won, apparently. Strange. Okay, well, I have no peasants I can put in there at the moment, so the mine will stay hidden. Notice on the side of, in the small brackets next to the area, it shows places that I own as Aslona, which is the name of my kingdom. So, as things go on, obviously more and more places will become that, and hopefully during development, the plan is that by the time by the time the game is near completion, when you capture every single area in a region, the entire region will be yours. So the near north will become complete Aslona territory, and once you conquer an entire area, as in the whole north, so the wild, the near north, and the far north, all under my control completely, you get huge special bonuses. So we also have the cartographer's hut, where you can buy maps, and we obviously don't need that at the moment, but they sell maps. We have the Thickblood Tavern, which currently isn't coded. We have the Combat Academy, which is owned by a faction called Champions. The Combat Academy is a massive tower. Tower where champions trained. You can actually train your Grand Champion here, who fights for you in the arena. So you can give them between 1 and 3 skill per turn. And you can hire soldiers from them, which we're going to do. Oh no, you hire knights from them. Yeah, Academy soldiers. Oh no, this isn't a Knight Academy. Yes, we got soldiers from them, 55 gold each, so slightly more expensive than buying them from anywhere else, but they're a good alternative source. And we can actually attack the Combat Academy as well, but they are very strong. But we have hired most of what their troops would have been. But besides the point for now, so we'll leave them alone. So now back to the black market. My favourite place, hands down. It's just a lot going on here. It's kind of like a little city. So you find a bustling market with all kinds of shady activities taking place. There are many strange wares and services being offered, all under the guard of a hardened group of local bandits and thieves. So we can visit a man who sells cheats, and we can buy scrolls, and there's a chance the scroll will have a cheat on it. So if you have no internet access to Google the cheats, wow, it's a lot of money spent for nothing. So you can also play heads or tails, and you win, you get 10 gold. So he currently has 90 gold to bet with. He has a limit of every turn. There are currently no local bandits to be hired anymore. There is a small house with a dark axe painted across it, so if you visit that, the man summons a demon for us, and who's a man called the Seer of Minds. So you can pay for a magical reading, and so we have to judge what the smoke looks like. I'm going to say it looks like a scythe, and he says the Reaper shall harvest. So usually they will have some slight background effect on the game based on what his prediction is and what your interpretation of his prediction is. So what we have now, we have the Stall of Orbs. This is a magical stall, selling special things. So we buy an Orb of Chaos, which makes more random events happen each turn. And we have the Great Gargalic, who tells you random stuff for 10 gold. So the Black Bank is a dangerous place. They say even the most prestigious kings and emperors are not safe from the Black Bank's collectors. True that. And the amount you can bet in the arena is directly related to your number of lands. Fort Gorfmek is certainly an interesting design. Old Orcish architecture, likely. So just random crap that could be handy. So we can actually attack the black market, which we're going to do. We're going to send 305 soldiers and 110 bandits and a demon against them. And we've won. So the black market belongs to Aslona now. You notice the little flag in the top corner there. There's the A. So yeah, we hold it in our name while they wait for my orders. And for now, business is almost entirely halted. While some flee the market, the rest anxiously await my judgment. So I can destroy the market, but I'm not going to because it's awesome when you keep it. We're going to put a trade levy down on it, so we get money per turn from it. So the black market is bustling with all kinds of shady activities taking place. The many strange wares and services are under an Aslonan trade levy, which, while somewhat more costly and frustrating for most merchants, offers a better protection than the bunch of bandits could offer. So now we get an amount of gold per turn, and actually you'll notice the trader here, Alan, his rare tomes shop is closed, and I'll explain why. To prevent any errors, that can only exist once you own a kingdom upgrade called the library, number 5. So we're going to upgrade to a grand library, and now if we go to number 9, we can visit buildings. We've got a library there, which we've got books separated by sections, and you can actually buy books. So at the moment you've got that many. Now if we go to exploring the land, we go to the north, and we go to Black Mountain again, Aelin's Tomes will be open again. So Aelin's Tomes is only open when a library exists, so that you have somewhere to store your books. So let's go to Aelin's now. So he has 5 books for sale, and these are rare books. So when you buy these, these will appear in your library, and these will give you rarer tips. So the Centaur, which is a book that explains one of the special races that has been made for this game. It's a creature called a centaur. It's kind of like a centaur, except it's half horse, half elf instead of half horse, half man. Then we have Black Market Management, which tells you how to lead the black market. The Legend of the Iron Hills, which tells you about a mysterious area you can find. Zebafan the Magic Man, which is just a tale of something. And the Black Bank of Azraq, which is about the mysterious Black Bank. So we're going to buy all of these books. And bam, we're all done. Now my favourite part of the black market is upgrading it. The graphic will change. And we can also manage the garrison, so we're going to add 87 soldiers. And we can view the report. So because this year it's only just been captured, that is empty. But every year it tells you how much money each thing has made you in taxes. So we can have a look now. We'll skip a whole year, and if we scroll up, the Brawl Pit runs its events and earns 763 gold, and we receive 1,852 gold from our black market trade levy. So we're going to go have a look at the black market now, and let's check it out. So if we look at the trade report now, we can see the cheat seller just 997 gold, Aylin's books 611, and then everything else was sort of small. But let's have a look at. So one of my favourite things as well about the upgrade, you also see how many troops you've got garrisoned now. But the gambling den is now exists instead of being a coin flip place. So if you notice, before we had a coin flip, you call heads or tails. Now we've got a thing called a gambling den, and there are 3 games available to play. So you enter a strange building. It has 10,000 gold per turn that it's allowed to waste on betting. So you can bet on an arm wrestling match, for example. So you approach a crowd of men cheering while an arm wrestling competition takes place. You are told you may bet on the next match. If you win, you double your money. The house currently holds 10,000 gold. So let's play. So the 2 wrestlers approach, and they are Rolf Redbeard and his opponent Drogo the Corrupted. They take their seats and prepare. How much would you like to bet? You have a total of 6,593,301 gold, and the house has a total of 10 grand. So let's bet 5,000 gold on Rolf Redbeard, and Drogo the Corrupted wins. Damn. So now we can play a game called Guess the Dice. The house now has 1,500 gold. Oh, sorry, 15,000 gold because they won earlier. So this game, you basically bet on a. So the total I can bet is 3,000. That's the max I can actually bet, even though the house's max is 1,500 at the moment, or 15,000, sorry, because you get, I think, yeah, is it 6 times your money? I'm not sure. We'll bet the max anyway. So you basically you pick one side of the die, and whatever it lands on, if you guess what it'll land on, you win 5 times your money. I think it actually is. Makes sense. But that's bet 2, and it lands on a 2, and I won. That is shocking. So I've actually won everything the gambling den has. So the gambling den is closed as they've run out of money, so I can't actually go there anymore. This turn, they've run out. So yeah, so that's the black market, and we've got an old ruined fort. So you find the ruins in an old fort. It's unknown who once held it, but it's long since been abandoned and left to fade into the snowy wastes to the north. So we can actually pay money to rebuild this fort, and what will happen is each turn it will get more built. So it takes 5 years, I think, to build that. We have the strength stone. So if you rub it 3 times, you will get a slight bonus in combat for the year to follow. So let's skip a few turns, and we can check out how the old ruined fort is doing. Notice it says under construction at the moment. So it actually, the graphic builds up each year. This is where it's at currently, so this is maybe skipping 1 or 2. The remains of the old fort are no longer ruins. The eastern tower is complete, and the remaining few towers are nearly all finished. So it gives you an update on it every turn. We'll go back, and let's check it out again. The fort is now completed, and the finishing touches on the interior are being made. The men cheer as your people name the fort Forteslone, naming it after the kingdom. Notice it's got the same flag as the black market now has as well. So now we're good to pass on to the Wild North. So the description: the Wild North is a fairly cold place. It is home to the many who seek isolation from the rabble, but are too afraid of what lies far north. So we have the Mystic Hut, the Black Bank, Mercenary Post, the Harvest Stone, Wilderman Village, Animal Fight Pit, Skull Fields, the Mountain of Saroth, Doomstone, and Wildhome. So Wildhome and the Winterland Village are both villages. The Mystic Hut is a mysterious area where you can. Now, I don't actually. It's always a really sketchy thing to do. So you enter a mystic hut, notice a strange cloaked man sits, rolling a coin between his knuckles. You sit opposite him, and his thin stick-like finger points at the scroll on the table in front of you. It says the coin of fate will be flipped. Heads, you die, and tails, you gain riches beyond belief. So this is always a really sketchy way to play, especially if you've already built up a fair amount of money in the game, because you can. It's a 50% chance you will lose everything, unless of course you've saved. In which case you're a cheating bastard. Okay, so we can actually let's just we can arrest him, and the Mystic Hut is being done. So we conquered him. So there's a lot of areas here that haven't actually been developed yet. But the plan is that the mercenary post and the black bank are good. Harvest stone is good, which increases your harvest. Doomstone, if you rub it 13 times, the game will end. The Mountain of Saroth will have some sort of combat event. Skullfields will be some sort of demonic thing. And the Animal Fight Pit will be similar to the Brawl Pit and the Arena, except you're betting on things like Tusk Boars, fighting against wolves and stuff like that. And finally, we'll go to the far north. So the far north is a harshly cold place. It is home to a few dangerous foes and holds barely a speck of normal civilization. The lands are barren with ice and snow, and little survives here. So we have Northern Carving, Clock Mine, which is going to be abandoned, an Explorer Stone, which if rubbed 6 times, I guess, gives you an extra explore chance per turn. Northern Ruin, which will just be a generic Northern Ruin. Snowfolk Village, which will just be another village. Icewatch Keep, the Old Stone, Forest of Bones, Ice Lord's Tower, and the End. So Icewatch Keep, the Forest of Bones, and the Ice Lord's Tower will all belong to the Ice Lord, who will be a very dark necromancer. So you'll be fighting a lot of necromantic armies and skeleton undead things. And the End is just a massive, massive mountain of ice and mountains and things like that. And it's an area of no-go and marks the end of the world. So it'll hopefully have an interesting graphic and things like that. So aside from that, that is more or less the north. There are a few areas we could go into there, but we're not going to right now. And then we have the Western lands, which have been developed a lot at the moment. So currently the only area that I've really given a lot of attention to is Denland, which is the most civilized area in the game. There is no exploration area that is any better than Denland for peace and quiet. So unlike the north, which is full of fortresses and evil, Denland is one of the most peaceful places in all the realms. Little more than a farmland and workers. Hardly any room for trouble at all. The land is fertile and the folk are mostly happy. So we've got Montfort Mine, held by the Harlow Mining Company. A magic theatre, which is lame as hell, but we can watch some magic shows there. Which, yeah, are just things moving across the screen because it's magic. We have the Wishing Well, which gives you, I believe, a 1 in a million chance of getting loads and loads of money. Then we have the Gibbering Monk, who, so we'll check them all out. So the Wishing Well, we have the Gibbering Monk, who will do things for money. So the Gibbering Monk shouts something illegible, and after a while a peasant appears from over the hill and declares himself in your service. But most of the time, he does nothing, or he farts. Sounds like me. So we have Small Haven, which is a village. We have the Magical Fruit Farm, Militia Watchtower, also held by Small Haven, the Gift Tree, the Wagon Man's Post, and the Great Stone of Denland. So all of these areas are peaceful. You've got a peaceful mine held by a mining company that is independent, peaceful. Magic Theatre, which is peaceful. The Wishing Well, which is irrelevant. Gibbering Monk, who is harmless, or so you think. Small Haven, which is peaceful. Magic Fruit Farm, which is independent and peaceful. Militia Watchtower, which is peaceful. The Gift Tree, which is a magical, peaceful place. The Wagman's Post, which is peaceful, and the Great Stone Down. So all these areas are peaceful. You can find things to fight. You can, for example, kill the Gibbering Monk. You can kill the company at the Montfort Mine. You can enslave everyone in Small Haven. You can destroy the Watchtower. You can destroy the Wagon Man's Post, and you can even destroy the Great Stone of Denland. So there is a great deal of evil you can do here, if you so wish, for some reason, you horrible, horrible, horrible person. But generally speaking, it's a peaceful area, and it's good to be. So I believe the stone is coded. So yeah, we've got the Great Stone of Denland. You come upon a huge curved stone, known to locals as the Great Stone of Denland. Many believe that the stone is the reason Denland has enjoyed its state of peace for generations. Don't actually know why it is as capitals, but I read it as it was. Okay. Unbelievable. So I've obviously busted the game there because it's paused on that. But that's more or less a run through of the game's exploration. So we've done a little playthrough of things like that, and checked out the new exploration features. Also, you might have noticed the color theme has changed a bit, but I just did that for a laugh for the video, make it a bit more different. But yeah, so it was just a quick run through of some new exploration features and what to expect. We did actually work on a lot of independent kingdom things, but they're not going to be coded yet. They're not all, well, some of them have been coded, but they're not going to be implemented yet. Sort of for a while, but we're looking on making the independent kingdoms more race specific by adding a random race generator and things like that. But for now, I'm going to patch up a few more things and slot in a few more features before the big release, and I'm going to put out version 0.6.1.2. I'm going to put that on Reddit, and should be playable by everyone. And now you can save your game as well, because I know someone requested that. So, without any further ado, I'm going to go off and fix this particular feature. All the best. Or not, whatever you want. C'est la vie.